Okay, guys, I see many of you are back. We can start. Can someone please confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's get
Yes.
started then. Fine. So we have seen the network segment or the network tab while creating the VM, right? But after creating the VM, if we have to change some network settings, then what needs to be done and how to do it? Where do you need to restart the PC? Where is it not required? We'll see that. Similarly, we have seen everything for disk, right? Changing the disk, attaching a disk, detaching a disk, expand the disk, reduce the disk. Do I need to reboot the system to reduce the disk, guys? A data disk?
We can't reduce the data disk.
No.
Not only data disk, but also OS disk.
No. In
Right.
Azure, we can't reduce any disk. Simple. And to increase the disk, do I have to reboot the system?
No.
For OS disk, we need to reboot.
Not
Sorry.
really. OS disk will
No.
also sometimes, I mean, at OS level, it's not required, but yes, at Azure, your answer is correct. Technically, it is correct. Workarounds are there. But you stick to it is required because if you go here and check, it won't even allow you to change that. Otherwise, if it is simple VM or something, it allows you to change. It allows you to extending the disk. You never needed reboot. But here in Azure, it won't ask. It won't allow us to save, I guess. Let's see. And if it is allowing, it is allowing. See, if it is done here, then at OS level, you won't have to reboot. So to extend the disk, you don't have to reboot. Successfully, I was able to extend the disk, or maybe this machine is off now. Let's check. What is the start? We'll turn on the machine if that is off, and then
There
we'll
will
check.
be a downtime.
As far as we remember, we did it, right? We needed downtime for that. This was a stopped machine, so I was able to change the disk. I'm starting the machine. Let's quickly check, and then we'll start with networking. It doesn't allow you to save that. You will be able to select the disk, but it doesn't allow you to save it when the machine is on. So downtime, it requires. To change the size of the machine, do we need the downtime?
Yes,
Yes.
we need.
Yes.
There also
Yes, we need.
sometimes, I mean, general rule, yes, but sometimes I have experienced, you will also experience, try to increase the size and it will allow you to proceed without reboot. But general rule, yes, it is needed for disk also, for reboot also. For data disk, it's not required for sure. Decrease, not allowed at all. Machine is shut down, running, or anything. See, it doesn't allow you to save it. Can be performed when it is unattached or deallocated, which means machine should be shut down. Right? So let's get started with our networking. So this is the machine here. How do I check the IP address? I'm not talking about going in the OS, right? We're not working at the OS level issues. At OS level, there are different things, right? I'm not worried about the OS level. You will have a system admin for that. You will be working as a cloud admin, so you need to know about the portal. So how do I check the IP address of this machine? Guys, how do I
Uh,
check the IP address of this machine?
Under networking, we can check.
for networking.
Here it is, right?
Public
Yes.
and private.
I can check public IP, I can check private IP, both. How do I change the IP? No, Sana, I'm not able to hear you.
Do we have to, means for changing the IP address, I think we have to go to VNet and update the new IP address at VNet first, then it will be changed for VM.
Not really. VNet is the address space. It has too many IPs. I'm just using one of the IPs. Change से मेरा मतलब है I'm not asking you to change the range or everything. It is 10.0.0.4. Give me the IP 10.0.0.5. So how to do that? Let's go ahead and check. You go to network settings.
NIC.
Yes. All IPs and everything will be on your NIC. Okay. So you go to network settings. Under network settings, you have your NIC. Click on the NIC. This is your virtual network. This is your current IP. Right? How many IPs do you have free here? 250 IPs, which means you can change. Click on IP configuration. Here, see, allocation, dynamic or static. Dynamic, which means Azure will give it automatically. And if I do the static, then I have an option. I come here and change it. 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever I want. The only thing you need to be sure of that you do not use same IP on two machines. It will be a big blunder. And for that, you will always have some systems. One of the famous systems is called IPAM. It is one of SolarWinds is company. Sometimes people do this on an Excel file also. Depends on the company and their budget and everything. SolarWinds IPAM. IPAM is a system where you do all of your IPs login and everything that okay, this IP has been assigned to this machine, this IP has been assigned to this machine, this IP is empty now, this IP is used, this IP is in transit. Look at this. SolarWind is a company. IPAM is one of their products. They have many products. They have monitoring products. They have many products. So IPAM, it's the IP address manager. It is one of the products they have. We don't have to learn about this product. Just in case they ask you how you are managing IP, just name SolarWind IPAM. It is as good as Excel file. Very simple. It is just keeping a track that which IP has been used. You want to find some IP, how many free IPs are available in this one, right? Basic thing, it is just keeping a record of that. So you can come here instead of dynamic, make it static and change it, whichever IP. Let's say this is free, you can put it, right? And simply just save it. I didn't have to reboot the system. Did I have to shut down the system to change it? See, my server is up and
No,
running. But
No.
do you need a downtime to change IP address?
No.
Yes, we do, right?
then only
Technically, your answer is
yeah.
correct, but let me explain it. When I say downtime, it's not all the time server is down. My server can be up, but if it is not connected to the network, for application owner, it is downtime. My server is up and running, but if the service within that server, right? Let's say HTTP service within that server, it is not working. My server is up. Server is not yet shut down. Server is up, right? But my HTTP service is not working for some reason. My website is not working for some reason. Is it downtime for the application owner or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Similarly, when I'm changing the
Yes.
IP address, the particular IP at the same time it is communicating with many systems. Maybe in backend it is talking to some other system. It is backing talking to some outside this one. Maybe some backup is happening. It is talking to your antivirus, right? It is in background there is a task scheduler, so there could be thousands of processes which are going on, and the moment I change the IP all of them will break unless I go to host file and make sure that change or update the DNS record, right? uh, for example, normally they don't work on IP. All these processes and everything, they work on name. There's a host file or DNS, right? Let's say that this is host A. So in my scripting and everywhere, they won't write my IP address. Why? Because IP address, they change it many times. So in my scripting and everywhere, it will be written host A. This is DNS. It is as good as your telephone, right? You remember them by name. It is easier to remember them by name. Now, under host A, this is the IP I have given. But in actually, when I change my IP over there, and in the record, if this is the IP, then it becomes difficult. So what do I have to do? I just have to go to that file and make sure that I'm making the same change here also. So you don't have to go to those 1,000 schedulers and make all the changes. You just make change here in one file and it will be done. But till the time you're using 4, you can't put 7. Till the time you're using 7, you can't put 4. So there will be a slight downtime, right? There will be some downtime. You don't have to learn all this process. This is system admin's job, taking care of the DNS. Azure DNS is different, but the Windows DNS, your system admin will take care of that. But overall point here is that it takes some time for this. So yes, to change the IP address, there will be some downtime. Server will not be shut down, but downtime will be there. Is this clear to everyone, guys?
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Okay. Can I have two IP addresses on one NIC? I have one machine.
Yes.
I want two IP addresses. Is it possible?
Yes, we can.
Why would I need it? Anyone? Why would I need it?
Already we have two IP address for this virtual machine. One is public and another is
Forget
private.
public. No, forget public.
Okay.
Public, just consider it is not there. Public IP address, it's only there because I want to take RDP of this machine. This is the only reason we have public address. Otherwise, forget we have any public address here. Yes. So can I have two IP address? When I want to talk about public IP, I will be specific with public IP. When we are saying IP, it is always implied private IP. No one will say it private IP. In your interview also, no one will ask you private IP. In your task also, no one will specifically say private IP. When they say IP, it is implied that it is private IP. If they want to talk about public IP, they will be specific with public IP. So we'll follow the same rule in training also. When I say IP, we are just talking about private IPs. If I want to talk anything about public IP, I will be specific about public IP. Normally, you will never see public IP on your production environment. So coming back to my questions, can I have two IP on one NIC? If yes, why do you think we should have? Why do you think we will have it or we might need it? Any any idea why would I have two IPs?
If something goes wrong with one IP,
Hmm.
in that case, we can have another one.
Not really. Actually, there's nothing. There's no mechanism in IP to go wrong in that IP. So not for that. But first thing, let's check if it is possible to have multiple IPs. I'll go ahead and check it on my machine, whether I can have multiple IPs or not on one NIC. Right? Understand the question properly. On one NIC, if I can have multiple IPs or not. How many NICs do you see on my laptop? This one is
Only
present
one
representing one NIC. No, this is also,
Ethernet.
I mean, this is not literally NIC. Hosting multiple services. Yes, that's correct answer. Right. So if I go ahead here, go to properties. This is I'm showing at the OS level. Our question is related to portal level. But first check if it is possible to have multiple IPs. Okay. I'm obtaining IP address from my DHCP server, my router. But if I am using it manually, then here I'll go ahead and have the IP. I don't want to change it now. It may break our internet connection. But if I come here, IP address, right? Do I have an option to add? Though it is grayed out now because I'm using DSCP. But yes, I have an option to add and I can add one more IP address here. So what does it mean? That at OS level, I can have multiple IPs. So similarly, at portal level, under same NIC, I can have multiple IP. As of now, how many NIC do we have on this machine?
Only one.
Okay, I click on that. I already have an IP address here. Let's see if I can assign another IP address. Right? Static or dynamic. If I select static, I can give the IP whatever I want. Can I give this IP, by the way, here on this machine? Possible, guys?
Not
Not
possible.
possible.
Why not?
It
I
is
said
Because
I
our
can said
VNet
I
range is
can.
from 10.0.
Yes. When I say that I can give any IP, that doesn't mean that I can bring IP from anywhere. I can give IP from the range which is there, right? From the range which is there in our address space, and that IP should be available. So better I'll go ahead with dynamic. Let it give any IP. I think it will give 4 or 5. Now, do I want a public IP assigned with this one? If I want, I have to select here, right? I'll have to check here. But this one is not available. Why? Associate public address is not available for the IP address prefix type. Yeah. Right. Can I select a public IP? Can I give a number that I need this particular public IP?
No, it
No, we can't.
it will
Not
be
possible,
given
yes.
by the
Yes. I just can give the
ISP.
name. I'll give the name, but it will be given by the ISP, or in this case, not ISP. Azure, they have their own IP range. Azure will give me. By the way, a concept in Azure is there of transferring the public IP. If I have some services using public IP at on-prem and I want the same public IP here, that is available. That's a different question, different thing. Here I'm creating a new IP and I want to be choosy about IP class or address or number. I can't do that. In private, can I do it? Yes, it's in my hand. I am selecting the network space. I'm doing everything. So here, this is how I can add multiple IPs on one NIC. Why could we have that? To host multiple services. Maybe I'm hosting two websites on this one, right? I simply have to install IIS role. I can host two websites, three websites. It's an internal site, right? So I'll just, I know that I don't need multiple servers. It's very basic site. One is for salary slip. People access it. Only have 10 or 15 employees. People access it only once a month, maybe first of that. Why should I waste my another server for that? Right? So I am hosting two websites on this one, right? That is one part. Another could be another service. On the same server, I am hosting a website and I'm hosting a database also. And I want to keep them on separate IP. Right? It could be anything. You don't have to worry about it. I am putting SharePoint maybe, right? It could be anything. But yes, it is possible. Got it, guys? Is it clear?
yes, it is clear.
Now, second question. Can we put another NIC on one machine? Can one machine have multiple NICs?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we just saw on my laptop, I have multiple NICs. So we can put it on Azure also. So if I go ahead here and attach network interface, now what does it say? Yes, yes. What does it
It's
say and
Virtual
what does
automatically
it mean?
multiple.
What does it mean?
virtual machine is in running state. That's why
Yes,
it is
so
given.
I have to go and shut down the machine. What will be limit assigning IP? Limit is there, address space, you have already designed your network, right? At the time of designing, you don't think of limit or numbers or etc. when you are creating machine or when you are assigning IPs to machine. This you have already thought when you are planning your network. When your architect team is planning the network, do you remember the exercise which we did? Today I need 20 machines. In future I may need 20. Overall it is 40. Let's 10 some extra, and hence I'm taking 100 IPs. Right? That time it has been decided. So you don't have to worry while creating the machine. It will be very difficult if you think about your network planning while creating the machine. Network planning has to be done in advance. Create an NIC. Create and attach a NIC. What does it mean? It means I can attach an existing NIC as well. Now, why would I need two NIC? Any idea?
ISP provider, in case they are different, that's why.
Not really. Our virtual machines won't be dependent on the ISP. In real environment, it will never route from the ISP. For our physical machine, for my laptop, yes, in a manner I can say that. But in Azure and on our VMs, we never really bother about the ISPs. Why do I need it? Let's say I want to host two websites here, right? But one of the websites I want to host on HTTP, the other one I want to host on HTTPS, and I want to ब्लॉक ऑन वन आईपी HTTPS ब्लॉक करना है, HTTP रखना है, दूसरे पे HTTP ब्लॉक करना है, HTTPS ब्लॉक करना है. By the way, how can I block and unblock this HTTPS and HTTP? How can I block and how to?
Using
Yes, using
NSG.
NSG, right? Now, on one NIC, I can have two IPs, right? One NIC, दो IP उस पे भी हो सकते हैं. You can say कि अरे एक IP पे आप NSG, एक IP पे आप ये कर लो, HTTP रख दो, एक पे नहीं रख दो. But will I be able to put two different NSG on one NIC?
No,
So if I
not
need to
possible.
put two NSG on one single machine, how can I achieve that? By assigning a different NIC. Look at this. The moment I'm putting a NIC, what is it asking? It is giving me an option that do you want to have some NIC assigned to this? I say yes. Go ahead and use this NIC. Sorry, use this NSG, right? And here I'm creating one NIC. So now your machine can have two separate rules. Whenever the traffic will go from this NIC, it will follow that NSG. Or traffic coming to this NIC, it will follow that NSG. And traffic coming to another NIC, it will follow that NSG. Is this clear, guys, to everyone? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's wait, let it get attached, and we'll see how to detach it. It's simple. We simply have to click here. We can troubleshoot here. We can see view the topology here. But let's say first let it get attached and then we'll see it. Now look at this. We have two NIC here. And here we have UT-Kloud NSG. And here we have NVA NSG. So one machine, two NIC, overall three IPs, two public IPs. This is how we can play. You don't have to remember these things. You just need to know from where can you do it. If an interviewer is asking, by the way, you should know that it is possible, right? And if they're asking, can I have two NIC? Is there any way I can have two NSG? By default, no. One NSG, one NIC can have only one NSG. But if it is your business requirement, we have a solution. We can have two NIC on your machine, and then we can have separate NSGs. Getting the point, guys? And by the way, it's not only for NSG. The most use case for multiple NIC will be that my machine, I'm hosting a website, right? On that NIC, I can have two IP addresses. one for public to host or to access my website, and one for my internal backup. I'm daily taking backup of that machine. So on one NIC, I can have both of these, but sometimes it's not possible. I do not want interface. My backup, it is in some different VLAN, it is in different subnet. In my public access, it's in a different subnet, right? So I do not want that. So if I have, by the way, these are called, in sometimes these are called white network. What do you mean by white network? Or it is called management network, white network or management network. What does it mean? That this is different from your actual IP. One is service IP, which will be used to provide the service from the server. What services a server provide? Maybe a website. That's a service. So that IP will be separate. Even if you want to take RDP, do not use that IP. That is only for my external users to use website. Right? Technically possible to take IP, but I do not want any glitches. I do not want any issues. Hence, I am using 2NIC. This is our service. This is our management IP or white network IP, whatever you call it. So for this reason also you can have 2NIC. So is this clear, guys, to everyone? That we can have 2NIC, we can have multiple IPs on one NIC, we can have multiple NIC, multiple IPs. Any questions, any doubt till here? And look at this. This is how you can check the topology. This UT-Kloud, this is the VM, right? It has this NIC, it has this NIC, it has this IP configuration, it has this public IP, it has this IP configuration. Now this NIC has this NSG, this NIC has this NSG. This IP config has this public IP. It is based on this NIC. So if we talk about this NIC, UT-Kloud 611, it has this NSG, this IP config. IP config मतलब यहाँ पर private IP होगा कोई. And this public IP. If I click on details, maybe I'll get the details. See, here we'll get the complete details. This is the IP. But is this clear, guys, to everyone? Now, when I assign you a task, let's say I have assigned you a task that I need a virtual machine with 2NIC, 3 IP on each NIC. This should be the IP. Or if I'm not giving IP address, let's let you choose anything. These many public IP, etc., etc. You do the homework, right? You do the task, and now you want me to check which is the easiest thing to share with me. What do you think? Which is the easiest thing to share with me so I can go ahead and check? Taking a screenshot and share them, or just ask me to log into portal, or this one?
Topology screenshot.
Topology. Simply just go there, and somewhere here you may have option to download or print this. Let's see. If not, you can simply take the screenshot of this one. Right? Here it's okay. Even if you ask me to log into the portal, I'll check. But why am I showing this to you? Because when you are working with clients, you have to be very professional about it, right? You can't simply just go ahead and give anything, whatever you want, or write it, right? You can't do that. So there you have to make sure you're sharing professional images. So you can put something like this. Look at this. You can simply just save it as image and then share it with client. Okay, this is how we are planning. This is what we are planning, or this is how I have built your machine, build your infrastructure. This is the VNet, right? Uh, these are 2NIC which is connected to your machine. This is the machine which is in picture. So this is the topology, connect network topology. This looks good, and you should know that this exists somewhere. You should be able to speak about this in your interview. If an interviewer is asking that I want to know how many IPs are there on this machine, how many NIC are there on this machine, I'm not sure, can you do something about it? Yes, we can go and check the network topology. Getting it, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Troubleshoot, you can always troubleshoot from here. Now, what else do we have? Let me see, what can I cover? We have 8 minutes in this session. In next session, I'll cover application security group also. Hub and spoke, I skipped purposely. I do not want you guys to get confused. Hub and spoke, it's a heavy topic. And VPN, hub and spoke will do maybe in the next session. Today, let's cover application security group. After this one, we have 7 minutes here. Meanwhile, let's say what else do we have under network settings? NSG, all of you know, right? NSG, I'm not repeating. You have to go to this NSG inbound rules. You can add from here or delete from here. Which rule can you delete? Obviously, the one which you have created, custom rules, not the default rules. You can edit them. Outbound rules, you can do it from here. You want to check that how many NICs are attached to this NSG, you can go here and check. Ultimately, you're checking how many machines are connected here, how many subnets are connected here. You can check from here. If it is not, you want to connect it to any subnet, you can associate it here. And now look at this. It's not VNet specific. All the VNet in that particular region, it will show me, and it will show the all the subnets. I'll go ahead and attach it to any subnet. Logs we know. So that's all under NSG. Here, network interface card we have seen. It is a part of this VNet. Okay, public IP if you want to remove or attach public IP. I hope you understood that. Again, you have to go here under IP configuration, IP config. Let's say I just want to remove the public IP, or in this case, I do not have public IP, so attach. So you click here, attach public IP, save. If you want to remove it, just come here. Okay, now I have attached one public IP, right? It is creating new public IP. The name of the public IP is UT-Kloud -VNet East US2 Cloud. This is the name of the public IP. I will have that public IP in a minute available. Am I paying for this public IP now? The moment it is configured, am I paying anything extra for this? Yes, guys. The moment I have the public IP, am I paying extra for public IP or not?
Yes.
Yes, obviously I'm paying. Public IP is it's not free thing. It's a payable thing. Client says, sorry, I didn't know. Can you go ahead and just disassociate that public IP? I don't want to pay that. I'm okay with private IP. Just I thought it is free, so I was taking. You come here, you uncheck this box and save it. Is client still paying for that or no?
No, it is not.
We need to delete. We just
Yes,
deassociated the IP address.
client is paying for that because you disassociated that. But what about deleting that? Now, if you go and check public IP, that public IP will be there and it will be there unless you delete it. So you have to go and check. This is the IP. How do I know very quickly? One thing is name, the other one. This is the only IP which is not associated with anything. Other all the IPs are associated with this VM or somewhere or the other. So I'm simply just deleting it. And now because I've deleted that, right? Now I will not be paying for that IP. Is this clear, guys, to everyone? Yes, no? Any doubts here under public IP, network settings, anything? Now, if I go to virtual machine, virtual network, let's say I'm creating a virtual network. Look at the screen properly and then answer my question. Keep reading the screen what I'm doing. No, you don't get tickets regularly to change IPs. IPs are very crucial. They don't change it frequently. Focus on this one, guys. What am I using here? I'm done with this virtual network. I'm creating a virtual machine in this virtual network. But later I realized I don't want to use public IP on my virtual machine. What are the ways I can connect to that virtual machine without using public IP? One is VPN, which we haven't covered yet. So forget VPN. Uh,
Bastion.
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 Yes. So let's deploy Bastion in this VNet then. Can I deploy Bastion anywhere in other VNet and then take remote of this machine, which is there in this VNet? Is it possible?
No.
No, it
I
has
have.
to be in same VNet, same region.
Yes. Same, the moment
Mm.
you say same VNet, it is implied it is same region. Okay. So I'll go ahead and create Bastion. Do you think I will be able to create Bastion or not? Will I get any error? What is it?
No, address range that we have selected for VNet was will not give us another uh, subnet
Why do
to
I need
create.
another subnet? I'll use the same subnet. See, I have address space here. I have address space, this one. I'm total getting 256 IPs. I only have one virtual machine and I have this subnet. Under one subnet, I have used all of them. 251 IPs I have and only one virtual machine. I'll deploy my Bastion also here.
The
But
subnet name should
Bastion
be
also
Azure
required
But
separately.
for
Bastion.
Azure, it should be Azure Bastion dedicated
So
subnet.
Azure Bastion subnet. So you're saying the name should be Azure Bastion subnet, right? So if I rename this to Azure Bastion subnet, then can I have my Bastion and virtual machine on that?
No.
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 So I hope this is clear, guys, right? Right? Yes. Uh, that you can't have machine and Bastion on the same subnet. You can't have Bastion on default subnet. There has to be a dedicated Bastion. The name should be Azure Bastion subnet. So I hope this is clear to everyone. We have 30 seconds left in this session, guys. Do you guys need a break or shall we continue?
Continue.
Okay. Even if a single person needs a break, we take break. If not, then we are continuing. Who's
Yes, we
that?
need break.
Okay, fine. Let's see. Let's take a break of 4 minutes. Resume at 1:30 sharp using the same link.